Hey, I know you was around when the fam with the black mob, all them niggas was, you know what I'm saying? I knew that was around your time. I was outside. you was outside that shit.
Yes, when they was talking about the Stonecrest, nigga, I was there.
Like, that nigga Chop was in the building.
I was there because you gotta think. Around that time, Stonecrest was the new mall. It was like we used to go to North DeKalb, and like with that movie theater and all of that. Boom, when they built Stonecrest, it was like, oh, that's a new mall. At first, it was all clean. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, even white folks got over there. You know what I'm saying? But then it settled in from that first year. It was like, all right, this is our shit now. Mm-hmm. Like we talking about just high school. High schoolers, this is where we going to just fuck shit up. It was just chaos.
You was at Redan or was you at?
I was at Redan at that time.
So what was going on the east side around that time, bro? We talking about like when that whole the fam, all that shit was going on, man. Like what year was that?
Shit, I was a freshman in 2000. 2001. Mm-hmm. It kind of cranked up. Stonecrest didn't open till about 04, I think, or something like that.
Gotcha.
And then that's when it started getting a little crazy. But a lot of that shit came from the music. So, you know, when we was downloading shit, a lot of people was rapping. And so that's when the crews came out, like you said, the fam, Black Mob, all that type of stuff. So, you know, like, everybody wasn't in that shit. Everybody was just faking it. Like, which crew you down with? Like, it's kind of like, who you with? You had to pick you kind of had to pick a side. And even if you wasn't down with none of them niggas. So that's how it really ended up being chaos, because that was a big thing. Niggas wanted to be gangsters for real, like back then. And it's like, y'all niggas ain't gangsters. There was only a select few that was really gangsters. And then you had the rappers. Some of the rappers weren't gangsters, but they was just rapping. They was representing the squad. The whole thing back then was cliques. Yeah. And then those are the two main cliques, but everybody had their own clique. So it's like, who you down with? Yeah, everybody had to pick a side. Right. But it's like, man, none of that shit was really about nothing. Unless you was really like rapping. Like if you was on the songs, if you was, you know what I'm saying, really in the studio, if you was really in the crew. If that wasn't the case, you was just tagging along. But you already know, because word goes around, where we meeting up at. We meeting up at Stonecrest this time. Boom. Before you know it, it's a whole squad of people. And you know how Stonecrest is. You got the movie theater, but it's a whole open area of just openness. That should be full, and then eventually it's a fucking mob and niggas is fighting. Before you know it, the police, they like, all right, now it's a curfew. So it was like, you can't be at Stonecrest without a parent. You can't be at Stonecrest if you ain't over what? I think it was like 18 or something, or 16 or some shit like that. It was like an age limit or whatever. And then they cut it off at a certain time. But I said that to say it came quick. And Stonecrest was not open for that long.
It was a new mall, right?
Yeah, it was brand new. Yeah, so I was there. I was there before Stonecrest was built. I remember when it was a brand new mall. We took over that shit as teenagers.
I remember hearing stories about Stonecrest. I was like, it just opened.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm already going down.
We took over that shit as teenagers. Mind you, that shit is down the street from what I grew up at.
Yeah.
But that was literally our mall. Like, all right, we meeting up at a certain time because that's what we talking about at school. So it's like we meeting up at a certain time, and then it's like before you know it, it's a mob of people in that one area. Man, you know, like they had to be looking at us crazy, bro. It's like we just took over the mall. Like,
that's crazy. Would it be girls with y'all too? It was all
yeah, it was girls. I'm talking about because we just all teenagers and we just pulling up because that's what everybody's talking about in school. Like we just going to Stonecrest, and that's why it was like a curfew at like immediately, and then the curfew didn't really like work at first.
Yeah,
because we was just pulling up anyway, and then them police with the big hats.
Yeah,
they was deep. Eventually they was deep. So they was like, damn, we really can't do this no more because like everybody didn't really have cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you just can't really just like motherfucker was getting dropped off. Like, you know what I'm saying? They get dropped off at the mall, and then folks that had cars and shit. Yeah, that was just a wild time.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it was a wild time. And so outside of Stonecrest, where else were y'all mobbing at? Like, where were y'all going?
Like I said, North DeKalb, North Lake, anywhere where there was a fucking movie theater, basically. Because it gives you...
What a movie theater.
But I'm saying that gives you an excuse to be out late.
Right, I'm at the movies.
I'm at the movies. You tell your parents I'm at the movies. And just, you ain't watching a movie. You're just out late. Just an excuse to be out late and going to the movies. But yeah, North DeKalb was one of them ones, though. Because, like, North DeKalb wasn't like a real mall like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
North DeKalb as an adult. I'm like,
yeah, it was just like, we going to the movie theater. That's the only reason why we going there.
Right.
And we might walk around the little mall, but nah, we sitting. And like I said, anywhere with a movie theater, because whatever it is with movie theaters, they just always have a big open area.
Yeah, right.
So that's where we was just taking over and just posted up. But those are the teenage years of just mobbing, and it's crazy because when I look back at it, it's like I had no business being out there, like because I'm not a part of nothing. I would just felt comfortable because these are my folks. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not no gangster, and I'm not doing none of this shit that they do it. I might go to house parties. I'm doing all this shit. Nigga, just shit's getting shot up. Shit is going crazy, but it's like, for some reason, this is where I feel comfortable. Like, that sounds crazy, but it's like
I've been in situations like that too, bro. I'd rather be here.
All right, this for some reason that this is where I feel comfortable being. And it's kind of like, damn, this ain't really me, but it's like it is me.
It is
because this is where I grew up at.
That's how I felt about Central Station.
Goddamn.
Very, very. That's the wrong about it. Did y'all have teen clubs?
I didn't really participate in the teen clubs, but we definitely did. So for us, it was more house parties.
Gotcha.
I went to like one teen club. By that time, it was like, I think I was like 17 or some shit. So it was like the year after that, I can go to the real club. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really studying no teen club.
Yeah,
like
I can
that.
wait. Right. I'm good.
Yeah, it was, because it's like, man, I think that the problem with that is too many people from different areas was coming to one place, and it was like, man, these niggas lame as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We about to start some shit.
These niggas lame. You know what I'm saying? So, and back, when I was coming up, it was a lot of this school versus this school versus this school versus this school. That type of stuff I didn't really get involved with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the mob shit, cool, because I be knowing these people because, you know what I'm saying, music shit or whatever, but like people from different schools, they really didn't have no problem with each other, but it's always a rivalry because sports or whatever's going on. It's like
Who's y'all rival?
Stevenson.
I'm about to say,
Mainly Stevenson because Stevenson was like a newer school.
Yeah.
And Stevenson had the batter hose. I ain't gonna hold you.
I used to hear about Stevenson. That was like the early 2000s, late 90s. But I like, man, I heard
they always wanted the Stevenson hose. And, you know, because that area was more, you know, niggas had a little bit more money over there. A little bit more affluent over there. Yeah, they was, you know what I'm saying? Reading was kind of the hood. I didn't know that when I was growing up, but now I'm looking back like, yeah, it is what it is. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Stevenson, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was a newer school, so a lot of times the parents wanted to put their kids in that school, and it wasn't that far, but it's like it's a newer school, so they feel like, you know, and they was building a lot more homes over there and shit like that. So, we got Southwest DeKalb. Mainly that Southwest DeKalb and Stevenson was we was going back and forth with sports and whatever it was, but that was my 9th grade year. I moved to Shiloh 10th grade. Okay, that's when I went to Gwinnett. Crazy thing is, I didn't move actually. Well, so where I moved at, it was still Stone Mountain. So I've always been in Stone Mountain since I've been in Georgia. But technically Gwinnett still for some reason. The line is definitely like, it's literally like down the street. So it's like Gwinnett and Gwinnett and DeKalb. Yeah, it's like literally down the street. So it's like, I remember one time I missed the bus. I had to walk, bro. This shit was at least like 2 or 3 miles. I was just like, man, I'm gonna make it because ain't nobody here to pick me up. Right. So I'm gonna make it, but I'm like, man, how long did it take you to get there? Damn, it was probably about an hour or 2. But yeah. You couldn't stay home that day? You said what? You couldn't just stay home that day? Nah, man. I was getting my walk on. Yeah. But yeah, back then, like, it's the biggest culture shock for me. Because, like I said, I grew up. I've been here since I was 10 years old. So all I knew is just black folks. You know what I'm saying? Since the 5th, 6th grade. It's like, and then I moved in the 10th grade, and then I see the different cultures. So it's not like half white, half black. It's half white. I mean, half black and Asians, Mexicans. You know, like, it's a bunch of different cultures. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gwinnett is filled with a bunch of different cultures. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit. So that was my first time seeing that, and it's like, damn. I'll be honest, I didn't really adjust well. Like, it was just like something that I just had to deal with. Really? And when I graduated, it was like, I don't talk to anybody that I was in school with. Like, I don't have any friends. I don't either. I don't have any friends from that time. My friends come from when I was 6th, 7th grade, 8th grade, all that. Yeah. So I have the same friends from when I first came to Georgia when I was 10 years old. So there were just some years that I just had to go through. Right. And I explained that to my parents because, you know, their whole reason for moving me was like they would want it better for me. But for me, it was just like, man, y'all did me bad. Like,
It made it worse.
It's like
That's actually good.
I'm sitting here like, why am I doing this?
Right.
Like, why am I here?
Right.
And so to go back to what the we was talking about earlier, like when it comes to school and shit, I just always I knew I was a little different because it's like, man, I knew the education was different in that school, in that Gwinnett school. It's like it was a lot more advanced. Like it was, they took this shit more seriously, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like I kind of liked it like that, but school wise, but for the people there, it's like I just didn't fit in. Like I just didn't know how to adjust.
Yeah, that's important. That's
you know
important.
what I'm saying?
You gotta have a sense of belonging, bro.
Cause like I ain't had no problem with the teachers because they was educating the way they was supposed to, but I just couldn't adjust to the people, the kids and shit. It's like, all right, man, let me just get through this shit because it was just a lot of things that I just see through a lot of people because of where I came from. It's like, I know that you act like this, but I know that you're not really like this.
Not like this.
And you know what I'm saying? It's like, it was just so frustrating to me. It was like, oh man. So
did your experience growing up on the east side kind of help you with your radar? Like I could tell.
For sure. That was the whole thing. It was like, bro, I know what real niggas look like.
That's not you.
None of y'all
fit the description.
So it's like, man, all right, well, it is what it is. Y'all have fun. And good thing about my situation was I wasn't too far from the hood.
Yeah.
Like I said about the homework shit, I didn't go home after school. I went to the hood. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't go home.
I didn't go home. I went back to the old hood. And you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to my parents, but they just let me do what the fuck I wanted to do because I wasn't a bad kid.
Right.
They trust me, you know what I'm saying? Because I was at my homie crib in the hood from, you know what I'm saying? I just be there until I call and like, can you pick me up?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Like, they'll pick me up. You know? And then it would be like, they don't ask me if I did homework because I'm passing. Like, I'm doing my thing. Eventually, like, when I get a progress report and it look crazy, then they gotta ask me, like, what's going on? Like, what the hell going on?
What was your worst experience with education? Like, if you had to pinpoint like one experience, you was like, bro, I'm done with this. When I get up out of here,
worst experience with education, like, to be honest, a lot of the social studies shit, was throwing me off a lot, and it was like that's when you really learn like what they teaching you ain't really what it is. Mm-hmm. And we had Georgia history. I had a Georgia history class. And that's just how I just knew. I was like, man, they dedicated a whole class to this bullshit. Like, and you had to pass this.
You had an epiphany in class that like that, like this.
This is some bullshit. Like, you have to pass this shit. I understand this. I understand. Like I said, I don't really like school like that, but I understand like language arts and certain shit. Like you should know this. You should know how to read. And you should know how to comprehend, reading comprehension, and all this type of stuff. But when you start to put a little, propaganda in these teachings, it's kind of like, I see what y'all doing. I'm not really going for it, but I'm gonna pass this class. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's kind of just how I felt about school, period, though. I'm not a math guy like that, but certain shit is like, why do I need to know this? I'm a pass, but how am I gonna use this? I wish they would.
What's the practicality?
Yeah, I wish they would explain that instead of just giving you a handbook or whatever, and just be like, "What's this equation? Solve this equation." Blah blah. And it's like, I wish they would tell you, "Hey, you're gonna need to know this to blah blah.
This is relevant because
do your taxes or do your you know what I'm saying? Like, I wish they would put that in school. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So what if
credit cards and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, put that into school.
What if it's what if the reasoning is a more abstract? Like, it may not be to do your taxes, but if you learn how to solve this equation, you develop your critical thinking skills more. You develop more neural pathways to help you. So when you confront a new problem, from this equation you solved back in 8th grade, you have the capacity to confront this new problem. Because sometimes a lot of the things you learn, they're not going to be like something you can use concretely. It's more so going to be abstract. What if they did a better job explaining the abstraction behind it?
I get that. But my opinion is I feel like we learn a lot of critical thinking skills in our earlier stages.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? At least that's from where I learned my shit from. And then like we was talking about our parents, like Dope was saying, my parents sat me down and taught me a lot of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't coming from the stuff that my teacher was saying. Right. It was like, this is what I know. This is what you're gonna learn. Gonna need to learn to do this. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna need to learn to do that. Blah blah. Mm-hmm. To me in school, all I saw was get a piece of paper and solve these equations. We don't know why we need to learn this. You know what I'm saying? Why we don't know why.
Checking boxes.
We just answering equations, not really knowing
the usage behind
the usage. Yeah, that's all I was saying about school when I was, going through it. And of course I didn't know how to articulate that back then. I just wanted to pass and get the hell on. But that's just all I was thinking in school. Like, hey man, what because I'm looking at my parents, I'm looking at my brother, I'm looking at older people, and I know that they're not using this in their regular life. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how I'm looking at it. I'm like, why do I need to learn this? If they don't use this on their regular day-to-day, now that I'm adult, I'm like, okay, well, if you would have told me, hey, man, when you graduate, they're going to send you a bunch of shit in the mail about your credit. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be cards sent to you. Hey, you probably shouldn't sign up for this credit card because you're going to have to pay this back. You don't got no money. You know what I'm saying? That's plain and simple. Nobody told me that when I was in school. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just say, hey, X plus this and plus that and the equation and all that. I was like, all right, well, somehow that's supposed to make sense to me, but
you can't even explain.
You can't explain how am I going to use that? So, that's my whole point about school. Gotcha. It's like, hey man, I get that we need to be thinkers and use your critical thinking and blah blah. But like I said, you either got that or you don't at some point. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up, being pretty damn smart on my own. Right. But when you throw a book in my face and you tell me, figure it out, that's just how I saw a lot of my teachers do. It's like, hey, man, it's like, you ain't teaching me shit. Like, you just throwing a book in my face and say, solve this and I'm going to quiz you after it. Like, I just never fuck with that. But
unfortunately, those are not good teachers.
Well, I grew up with a lot of those teachers. Yeah. Sit there, give you a bunch of work, and go home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There was not a lot of teaching going on. So I'll say that. So I'm not saying that every teacher is like that, but that's how I grew up. And fortunately, I didn't grow up to be a dumbass, but like I said, I grew up kind of with fortunate. Like I was blessed with good parents and good environment. I had let me see how I can phrase it. I had a opportunity to go down the wrong path because of where I grew up, but I didn't because of my upbringing. You know what I'm saying? I'm a military kid, so it was a lot going on. I wasn't just stuck at one place. You know what I'm saying? I was able to see a lot of different environments. So when I got to Georgia when I was 10 years old, I had already been through a lot of shit already. Like I had already been able to adjust to a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So my critical thinking came from that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real life situation.
Yeah. Being able to adjust to different friends, losing friends, going to different schools every year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it just wasn't a technical thing to where it was like, I never really got adjusted to any situation. So I just always knew, yeah, we got to pick up and leave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that had a lot to do with my critical thinking. It was more of that than the actual school. So I didn't really take school serious on it, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
Which is cool because school is not a measurement of like aptitude or like intelligence. As a matter of fact, it's really sometimes a poor indicator of how intelligent somebody is, bro. Like that don't mean nothing. Like,
and to be honest, like I thought that for the longest time. I thought that I was like, am I dumb? Like because you know what I'm saying? I'm not the straight A student. I just know that I'm not a dumbass. Like I get what's going on. I just wasn't good at quizzes and tests because it's like I'm thinking too hard at
a lot
this.
of people not right.
Like, I like because when you throw me a trick question, I'm gonna be like, man,
it's a lot of variables too. Some people just write bad tests, bro. Some people just write questions that don't make sense. Like we gotta dive into the particulars. Like sometimes we don't understand. Like some teachers just make bad tests, bro. Like this is a bad question. You should throw this out. Like, but it's so many forms of intelligence, man. Like school is not really a true test of how somebody's aptitude. Like, you know what I mean? I can tell from how you talk, the way you make music, your knowledge of what's going on in the world that you're an intelligent person. Like school is not a measurement of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's an indicator of other things, but
it's just I just never really I didn't really come across a lot of people like that. Like it was a lot of more school or nothing. Like you know, when people was like, you gotta go to college and do all this, and it's like literally that never made sense to me because it's like, man, you gotta go to either a 2-year college, 4-year college, blah blah, get this student loan. You don't even know that you're gonna use that degree to, you know what I'm saying, get whatever money that you want to get.
Right.
The loan, you got to pay that back. Then if you don't use the degree, then you fucked because you don't have enough money to pay the loan back. Right. It's like, to be honest, that was stuff that I was thinking about in college. I mean, in high school.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's when I started thinking like, am I dumb? Like, am I the wrong one?
I'm wrong for not wanting to take that risk.
Because that don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's totally fine, bro. Like that's smart to me. That's like, hey,
so that's what I'm saying. But that comes from my parents. My parents didn't go to college; they went to the military. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that was the choice that they made on purpose or whatever. That their environment had them go through that, and they built what it is, or what our family and stuff like that. But it was never. That was one thing I love about my parents. It was never, you got to do this or you got to do that. Mm-hmm. They made me figure out whatever I wanted to do. So that's why, you know, I am how I am. It's like, man, I'm not trying to say that I'm just anti whatever, but it's like, man, when something don't make sense to me, I really got to question it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that was my whole thing about high school. It's like, man, this don't make sense. Like, I get you have to graduate. Cool. But go to, you know what I'm saying, college just to be in debt never made sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. What else do I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So I graduated. I took a year to figure out what I'm gonna do. I didn't figure it out, but I went to work. And then when I got a job, I figured out, I'm like, damn, I'm making more money than them niggas in college right now. And so I'm like, I'm not saying that I was any better than them, but I'm like, I felt like I made the right decision. You know what I'm saying? Because I started to get more of the work skills that the people that were in college didn't get. That they were just in school trying to, work towards whatever degree that they wanted to get. And I'll be honest, most of the people that I know, the degree that they was trying to get or they got, they don't work in that field. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I guess that they got the experience of college, but what did they really, it wasn't really worth it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of people don't really feel like it was worth it. And
I think it comes from poor advising. Because even when you look at the numbers, the 4-year credential still allows people to make more money over a lifetime than people without the 4-year credential. Mm-hmm. So I think it's so many systemic issues when it comes to like college and black people that happens often. Like a lot of us, we go into higher education. We don't have the hidden language that exists within universities and in the college system. It's a whole different way of living. It's a whole mindset you got to shift to. And we don't get the advisement we need to adjust and make good decisions as far as what we're going to major in, how much money is, you know what I'm saying? So
I think that was a big thing that I was hearing about. And for me, it was like, well, if you're not going to school to be intentional about what you're going to school for, then you probably wasted your time. Like, you know what I'm saying? And your money. Yep. So I just never wanted to be that. That was my whole thing. It's like, I didn't know what I wanted to be because I didn't fuck with school. So that it was the whole system of the thing that was like, you have to do this or else.
Or else.
That's how it was presented to me when I was in school. So it was like, I didn't even have the want to be in the music industry or do music and like that. I got that afterwards.
Afterwards, right.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't nothing, you know what I mean? Like I had an interest in technology and computers and shit like that, but like the getting through school to get to that point, to get to the tech and to get to all that, you really have to love that shit. Like you really have to and I didn't.
You gotta be a nerd,
right. Yeah. And I definitely wasn't nerding out back then. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
that's where your intelligence lies. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Like school don't mean that. Like, that's your intelligence is in that particular lane right there, bro.
Right.
Like, you a nerd over that shit.
Yeah.
I can tell. You know
what I mean? Right.
Passion for that, bro.
So and this crazy about that is like my passion comes from seeing people doing it on their own, like figuring it out on their own. And funny enough, when Soulja Boy came out and he was manipulating the LimeWire shit, putting his name on 50 Cent and Britney Spears and shit, like I was there for that. I saw him do that, and I was like, oh, this nigga's a genius.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And this is before Crank That came out and all that stuff. And so I saw like this nigga was like 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
And doing all this shit on the internet when YouTube first came out. I was like, man, mind you, I'm like 3 or 4 years older than Soulja Boy, but like I saw him, I was like, man, this is genius.
Yeah.
Like this is technology and he's using it the right way. And he's literally the person that made me start making beats.
Yep.
Like that's when I started making beats. I started doing it on my own and figuring out Fruit Loops and all that shit like that. And that's kind of new to me. I'm like, I think Fruit Loops had been out for years already, but this was brand new to me.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, man, I started fucking around with it. And I was going to work, and there was a couple of people that fuck around with music at work, and I would let them listen to a couple of beats, and it was like, "You made that?" I was like, "Yeah, I made that." I'm like, man, he was like, "Man, you like the young Kanye." I was like, "What?" Because I didn't know how to make beats. All I knew was how to chop samples.
Chop samples, yeah.
So I was chopping Stevie Wonder and all type of shit and just making beats out of it. Yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, mind you, I'm like 19, 20. And I'm just...
What year we talking? 05?
06, 07. Probably 07 is when I really like got into it for real. And when I knew I was good at it, it was like 07. 06 is when I first started getting into it, but because that was when Soulja Boy came out.
Yeah.
But 07 was when I knew it was like, oh, I can do this. I can figure this out.
I can
I can figure this out. I knew I wasn't like technology sound. Like I didn't really know about the technology. I just know how to. I was just a nerd about the internet.
Yeah.
I was on every forum, downloading sounds. Everybody had the Lil Jon kit, the motherfucking the Kanye West kit,
yep,
drum kit. I had a Timberland drum kit, Swiss Beats drum kit, and the main one. It was a little later, but it was the Lex Luger drum kit. It had the 808 in there with that snare that everybody was using. So that was around... No, I can't say it was around... It was a little before, I think I'm Big Meech.
So you talking about like 9, because that came out.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, but I remember that I kept that kit, though. And that Lil Jon kit, the Kanye West, and there was a Knife Wonder kit in there.
Okay.
And I was using that a lot. But yeah, those are my beginning years of making beats. And like, so that's when I met Scotty ATL and did all that type of stuff. But yeah, I didn't have no plans of doing this. That's my whole point. Like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I saw an opportunity to make something happen, because I'm like, man, if somebody can just make something on the internet and then blow up like that, like, nigga, I can do it too. Like, that's how I was feeling. Because, like, it was just all brand new to me back then. I was like, man, this is nice.
You talking about your journey, man. Let me ask you about this, man. 'Cause I was outside around that time, hard, open mic wise. I saw a video from a guy, and I told somebody about this too. The open mic scam. The open mic scams that were going on.
For sure.
Like, ain't nobody getting signed in this.
That was years of that. Like, I went through that too.
Yeah, talk about your experience with that shit, bro. 'Cause I got a few of that, bro. But I know you ran into some bullshit like that.
Man, you know how it is when they call it showcase. That's really what it is. It's like, all right, we got a showcase. We got and it'd be like hella niggas on one bill. It's like, all right, we got you, 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 and eventually some niggas ain't gonna perform because the time gonna run out or whatever it is. But they're gonna promise you like such and such big name A&R is in here.
Label gonna be in here tonight.
Sometimes they ain't even gonna be there.
Right.
They'll might show up at the end. Yeah, I mean, I can't even give you a specific one, but this is all throughout the journey. Like, hey man, all right, such and such, they signing niggas tonight.
They gonna be here signing niggas tonight. You might want to come through.
Like, what the fuck? No, they want you to pay to perform. That's all they want. They want that bread.
$20.
But
you go networking passing CD.
Right. I mean, at certain points, it's worth it because you get an exposure and you get to network. But it's still a scam. Like they not signing no niggas just because you good at. I mean, because a lot of niggas are trash.
Yeah.
So even if you better than them niggas, they still not signing you. Like, you know what I'm saying? There might be somebody in there that might be like, oh, let's see. This person, he got something.
Right.
But that's just a rare occasion, and that's the chance that you probably willing to take. But man, yeah, years of that. Dope can tell you a lot of his stories. I was there for a lot of them. And Draco, same way with him. Yeah. Draco was a little bit before my time, but like he was signing deals and doing all that type of shit before I came around. But I was around for the dope days when we was. I mean, Dope didn't really want to be an artist for real.
Yeah.
He was more supporting Draco, but eventually, he felt like he had the talent to make it on his own. So he started doing his own like showcases and shit. So yeah, I mean, that's a journey that it takes to want to be seen. You know what I'm saying? You gotta waste some money.
Waste some CDs.
Waste some CDs
on the ground, and I'm like, damn, bro. Yeah, they was scamming. I used to go to Sports Line in Marietta, boy, on Wednesday nights. Me and my partners, man. And I had a guy in there from what was that? Who was it? BHI Pool Palace.
Oh man,
he was there judging, bro.
That was a time.
Yeah, most shit, bro. It was just like it was crazy, man. Like you said, there'll be 40, 50 niggas on the bill.
Right.
We don't pay $30 to get in.
Just sitting there waiting for your time to go up there.
It.
And it'll be like 20 niggas before you. It's like, all right. You gotta watch all these trash ass niggas.
It may be one or two groups that may be close to a deal to be talking shit. Like,
right.
Before we sign with Def Jam, but they, you gotta talk to my manager.
Right. And then it'll be like one that's like, okay, well, he won the showcase last time. He's here. And then he be trash. He'd be like, come on, bro. Like,
we can hear.
It's like, this is what we going up against. All right, whatever.
Get the fuck out of here, man. That shit crazy, man.
Yeah, they really got us.
Atlanta open mic.
Open mic. So they had the flyers and everything. Like, and this is to be a weekly thing.
Weekly.
Right.
Yes. Crucial had one. Atrium had one.
Mm-hmm.
I know you had spots on the east side too that had a bunch of them, but like you said, it was weekly. It was getting our money. Fake networking going on. Niggas in there trying to be Hollywood. You be like, man, get the fuck out of there. Ain't nobody getting signed tonight.
Right.
Stop with the motherfucking cap, nigga.
We didn't know that at the time.
We thought we was gonna make it.
It was right.
We thought they were gonna make it.
It's like we better than all these niggas, nigga. Like,
these niggas, man. We finna win tonight.
Even if that's true, they don't give a fuck. they got your bread, cause
they got your fucking bread. That's what the point was, bro.
Right. I wonder if they still do that shit. I don't think nobody gives a fuck no more.
Nah.
Like,
That's why it was a whole era. Like,
yeah,
you had to be there.
yeah.
Closest thing I went to something like that a few weeks ago, but it wasn't an actual showcase. It was a concert.
That might be that might be the new thing now. Right? They still get niggas.
You sell tickets, you get a cut.
Oh man, that was the whole thing. You had to get sell tickets to like at least like skip the line. Like whoever brought the most people, whoever sold the most tickets. You doing more the work for these niggas. Like they got us, man. They had us promoting their shit.
I feel like they always say, man, black folks. It's always
a scam, a finesse.